I spent the last few months testing all the most popular high-end office and gaming chairs. But the two big brands I was most interested in comparing were the Herman Miller Embody versus Anthros. So that's exactly what we're gonna do in today's video. And I'm gonna tell you something big right up front. There will be a best choice for you personally, so my goal is to help make it clear to you which one that is. Whether it's Anthros, the Embody, or something else entirely. Since we're already looking at them, let's start with visual aesthetics. These are objectively two of the most beautiful and iconic chairs I've ever seen. Now, I don't have a chair kink or anything like that, but if I did, these are the guys I'd be searching for in incognito mode. Both Anthros and the Embody offer a wide variety of color options, so you can go for a refined office chair look like I did with the wooden back panels on my Anthros chair, or more of a gaming chair look like I did with my Logitech G Embody. Or you could do the opposite with more gamer-style Anthros back panels or a more office-appropriate Embody color scheme. Anthros does win some points with me for the fact that the back panels can be easily swapped out at any time, which means you can always change the color down the road if you get, say, a new desk and want the wood to match. But ultimately, I think they both look beautiful and incredibly unique, so I'm going to give them a tie on visual aesthetics. But as you might expect, chairs that look this nice don't come cheap, so let's talk price. Both chairs cost around $2,000 before any discounts or coupons, so these chairs are definitely not being marketed toward college students on a Pop-Tart and ramen diet. Unless, of course, you're a trust fund baby, in which case, respectfully, f*** you. These chairs are so expensive, I can only afford to keep one of them, and I will tell you which one that is later in this video. The only products I'm willing to splurge on are things that either improve my health or help me earn more money. Much like with a mattress, you'll probably spend at least a third of your life sitting in a chair. That's 8 hours per day for work, plus a few more hours if you use the chair for gaming. Your mattress and your chair are the two pieces of furniture you don't want to cheap out on. Trust me, you don't want back pain or a hunchback in your 50s. A great chair should reinforce a healthy posture and support your spine to prevent you from developing irreversible health issues like back pain or tech neck, and it should be so damn comfortable that it helps you work longer hours to earn more money without discomfort or distraction. If a chair can do both of these things, it becomes a smart investment into your health and productivity for the next 10 years, and we will definitely be exploring whether or not these chairs can do those things in just a minute. For now, I'm going to give Anthros and Embody a tie on price, even though I do think one of these chairs is a little bit overpriced, but I'll get into that later. But it's a good time to mention, if you do decide to try either of these, I'll drop some links down below that I'll keep updated with the best current deals possible, and using those links will also help support the channel, which I greatly appreciate. Now let's see if these chairs are worth their crazy price tags. Let's start with ergonomics because this is where the value proposition of each chair starts to change for me. The Herman Miller Embody aims to do this with a curved back shape with built-in lumbar support, plus an adjustable upper back that can move forward or back to prop you up in an upright seated position. I've had a really hard time getting this to feel right for me personally, even after a month of adjusting it every which way. No matter what I do, it always feels like my upper back and shoulders are being pushed or rolled forward into this awkward position rather than letting me kind of just relax with my shoulders back. It also gives me no ability to stretch or reach backward at all. I looked it up online, and apparently this is a common complaint with the Embody, and it seems to be worse for people with broader shoulders. If you are more petite than I am, this might not be an issue for you, but I'm not that big of a dude, and it's already a problem for me. By contrast, Anthros' upper back pad is tapered, which feels a lot better to me because it doesn't roll my shoulders forward, and I have no problem reaching back any which way while sitting in it. Anthros also has this innovative two-part back system which is completely unique to the brand and pretty much their main selling point. The upper and lower back panels adjust separately to correct your posture based on your unique body shape. First, you adjust the lower back panel to guide you into an anatomically ideal pelvic tilt, which differs from traditional lumbar support. Then you bring the upper back panel forward until you find a position that comfortably supports your upper back and shoulders. I'll admit I didn't really get it right away, but once I did, it just sort of clicked, and I feel like Anthros has me sitting the way I'm supposed to be sitting now. I don't catch myself slouched over while sitting in Anthros or tiring myself out trying to maintain good posture. I'm just kind of sitting right naturally. Because Anthros makes sitting right easy, obvious, and comfortable, they definitely take the win on ergonomics by a long shot. But Being healthy and being comfortable are two different things, so let's talk about comfort. First, we've got the recline feature. Both Anthros and the Embody recline extremely smoothly, but they focus on slightly different priorities. Anthros remains consistent with their goal of maintaining the ideal position for your spine, even while reclined. So you see, as I lean back, my posture never actually deteriorates. Whereas the Embody can go just a little bit further back, but it does feel like it sacrifices some postural support to do so. In total, Anthros can lock in at 3 different recline angles, while the Embody can lock in at 4. Both of these chairs are super comfortable to recline in, but the Embody does go just a bit farther back, so it takes the win on recline by a small margin here. The next comfort factor we're gonna evaluate these chairs on are the seat and cushioning, and this is actually where I start to get pissed. I got my Anthros chair before I got my Embody chair, so maybe this is just what my ass has gotten used to, but Anthros has one of the most comfortable cushions I've ever felt on a chair. To sit for long periods of time, this has become my gold standard. It just cushions my cheeks in the way my cheeks deserve to be cushioned. My weight feels evenly distributed, the chair never gets warm, I just love it. The Embody, on the other hand, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. The cushion feels like a yoga mat to me. A high quality yoga mat, sure, but still a yoga mat. It's not that it's horribly uncomfortable or anything like that, but my butt does get sore in it pretty quickly, and for $2,000, I just expected a lot more than that. But to make matters worse, you see all these cool looking shapes on the back and bottom of the chair? There are 150 of these pixels across the Embody, and depending on your size, weight, and the age or wear of the chair, many people start to feel them through the cushion. In fact, one of the biggest complaints people have about the Embody is lower back pain from the 2 pixels down here pressing against their spine. Truthfully, those haven't bothered me yet, but I can definitely feel them when I push against the cushion, and I don't doubt that this is going to become more of a noticeable issue after a year or so of use. This one's easy for me. Anthros is definitely the superior chair where the seat and cushioning are concerned. Next, we've got the armrests, which don't even get me started. But I will start first by saying that the Embody and Anthros seem to use pretty much the exact same material to make their armrests. I mean, I'm not a scientist, but I'm pretty sure this shit is exactly the same. Which is good, because both of them are firm and comfortable. I spend 0 minutes per day thinking about sore elbows, which is exactly how many minutes I want to spend thinking about that. But how they're adjusted is where things get interesting. The armrests on both chairs can be moved in and out, but there's a big difference in how they do this. Anthros has latches on the bottom that, when opened, allow the arms to slide left to right, whereas the Embody's arms can just be pushed left to right, but it feels extremely janky to do this. It takes 2 hands and you have to push pretty hard to move them, and since you're pushing so hard, when they do move, they move too fast, and it's hard to get them to set in any specific position you actually want them at. It actually feels like I'm damaging the chair every time I do this, which is not the kind of experience I expect from a $2,000 gaming chair. The armrests on both the Embody and Anthros can be adjusted up and down with buttons beneath them. Anthros' arms move up and down into preset positions, which is what I would expect armrests to do, while Embody's arms move up and down into preset positions as well, but they also move in toward your body when you pull them up and out when you move them down. Why the fuck should raising the armrests also bring them closer to my body? This was just objectively not a good idea. But guess what? It gets worse, because this is the most the Embody's arms can be adjusted. They can't be pointed at different angles or moved forward and back like the armrests on Anthros. This might not be something you think matters, because believe me, I never thought about it before either, but it does, because since the Embody's armrests can't move forward and back, it becomes physically impossible to sit close to your desk and have your arms level with your desk at the same time. Try it and tell me I'm wrong. I hate everything about the Embody's armrests, and I think those alone will be a huge deal breaker for a lot of people. Anthros takes the win on armrests. Now let's wrap this Anthros versus Embody comparison up with a bow and see who the winner is. But remember, no matter which one you get, if you do get one of these, I'll drop some affiliate links and discounts down in the description below so you can get the best deal for either chair. And using these will help support the channel, which I always appreciate. So we've got both brands tied on aesthetics, both brands tied on price. Anthros wins on ergonomics, Embody wins on recline, Anthros wins on the seat and cushioning, and Anthros wins on the armrests. At bare minimum, these are both very good chairs. But if you guessed that the Embody is the one I'm returning, you guessed right. As I alternated between these two chairs over the past month, I found myself repeatedly wanting to swap back into my Anthros chair whenever I felt my neck, my back, my shoulders, or my crack starting to get uncomfortable in the Embody. If you just wanted a really badass looking chair to kick back and game in, I think the Embody can deliver on that for sure. But if you were looking to improve your health and posture and alleviate back pain and tech neck, or to sit comfortably at work or while gaming for long periods of time, I personally think Anthros is the better choice for that. And if you're still undecided and want to see my full review on either of these chairs, you can do so right here.